Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited operating in Takrady.
Why will Wontumi be denied opportunity?
Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited operating in Accra.
Why is Wontumi suffering?
Asaase Broadcasting Company Limited in Accra.
Why should Asaase Radio be denied opportunity?
I think he should go and read the Facebook page of Mr. Gabi Otridako.
What has Wontumi done?
2020, 2021, Anamite Angel.
President Mahama, as a good father, has directed a 30 days clemency.
Mahama.
MPP 43 Yamianum at 2 radio godum kukro.
Sanyama Wayna, one listeners. Efa radio stations, Amututum, Wamututiam, and the Mutati.
Nani Panamuno, Bosua, Podana Cry Bano, on one hotel. Now, you see at 2 stations into your unity. It's going to be more
slow. Miss Walker Primaries, do baby now, Ding, Afenyo. Upon program, father office not here, one new woman in iron and 4. 89 say one so to me one. Ocha hello FM and what okay FM.
Wa mananso wa.
Na na don so tena hore.
Adin papa o Mahama Tribon tesa akufado.
Say Sam George eye ni pa bi o respect ne ho a na adwuma no a wo ye no obu ne ho a anka immediately enne ya no e so de ne dwuma to.
Wo bi a wo bo Sam George tritu bi a fa so ho.
Hi Wangana TV, message say the comment beba or comment section. We like you know subscribe now wa share. Enra ehu bi say a trendy Wontumi FM, Asaase Radio, Happy FM. Ya shate omo down as a MPP FM stations no and ye close to Sam George ekopie mu e Parliament a ehu bi a o chechire mu de ntia o ma shate various radio stations, over 60 radio stations down. No list all the radio stations no. Omo di kan a 28 radio stations no. O chere say National Communication Authority NCA for Emra HRS licenses ewu a ESA renew sa 28 radio stations omo de omo licenses ewu enso so na omo de so eye adwuma 2024 MPP aban bom koko say omo emetua na so me renew enso still na nom gu so eye adwuma bra omo renew ye second batch 14 radio stations Wontumi FM e Takrady ene ba ko e wo Accra eka ho no omo de omo na omo nya license na emramu e kire se ye ma license within 2 years e so sha ase na operate na nsa na obe sha ase so operate no e se NCA for be se o tools no equipment no bibia technicalities bibia e adwuma sa radio stations 2 years na omunya operate here omo so a omo ba omo so omo yes omo be operating so no na omo no ma bi enkoyie enunti na ye say omo shutting it down. Third one na omo de omo ye omo a ya mo omo provisional approval so omo be ye adwuma na so omo nya nti omo sikan wie ye NCAC until say omo ti omo sikan na awie ansana omo ama omo kwan ama omo ye adwuma. Final one na 4 na 7 radio stations eno na Asaase Radio eka ho so omo de omo timi atua omo sika no na so ayese entutu ya ayese omo de tutu akwan mu equipment technicalities bibia so omo de tutu akwan mu no omo ntimi enya wie until say omo timi awie am ya approve omo betimi aye adwuma enti wei na Sam George ne NCA for ejina so e de shate Wontumi FM Asaase Radio ni other radio stations down neno na President John Dramani Mahama ehye Honorable Sam George ema omo America kra no mfa ntoto omo no ma tin smart are react kwame Nkrumah Tikesie enso so are react ohenima bo ama enso chere Sam George eno no bi ankoyi Honorable Afenyo Markins one Sam George wo se adenti na Wontumi omo yende sa Sam George reply ni eni kan tie Sam George mra.
Let me just for the records name the stations that have been affected. Table 1, FM stations that have been issued expiry of authorization letters for failure to apply for renewal. Number 1, Life World Broadcast Limited, operating in Afenyo on 94.3 FM. 2, Akpini Communication Limited, operating in Pando on 96.7 FM. 3, Victory FM in Aflao, operating on 96.1 FM. 4, Oracle Multimedia, operating in Nadoli on 88.5 FM. 5, Jewel Group Limited in Duaria Kwanta, operating on 102.7. 6, Bolton Portfolio Limited, operating in Nkoko on 96.9 FM. 7, the Ghana Institute of Journalism, operating in Accra on 97.7 FM. 8. Obrempong FM, operating in Agona Swedru on 91.7 FM. 9. KD Community Multimedia, operating in Kede on 92.5 FM. 10. Skoja Limited, operating in Joje on 94.5 FM. 11. Press Express Limited, also known as Daily Guide, operating in Accra on 91.5 FM. Obra FM Limited, operating in Takrady on 89.3 FM. Unity Broadcasting Limited, operating in Impoho, 88.7 FM. Jimas FM Limited, operating in Yeji, 102.3 FM. Kantanka Media Limited, operating in Cape Coast, 92.1 FM. Bewa Radio, operating in Yendi, 106.5 FM. Unique Gateway Communication Limited, operating in Nkoko, 105.7 FM. Ken International Company Limited, operating in Achim Swedru, 89.1 FM. Dreams Ghana Media, operating in New Abirim, 104.9 FM. Velvet Beam Foundation, operating in Asankregwa, 92.9 FM. Magic Group Company, operating in Salaga, 101.9 FM. Don Plus Multimedia, operating in Ho, 105.9 FM. Testlight Company Limited, operating in Wa, 96.7 FM. Global Media, Tepa, 97.3 FM. IMAX Media, Tamale, 104.3 FM. Limanya Radio, Wa, 95.7 FM. Pandai Star Radio, operating in Pandai, 107.3 FM. Ebiamo FM, operating in Jomoro, on 100.5 FM. They've all been shut down.
So that was first list. Second list, no, and a chairman Wontumi FM stations, no, a woman.
Table 2, FM stations that were issued revocation notices. Act Forum Ghana Limited, operating in Akpafumimpiasem, 88.1 FM. Chinias Empire Limited, operating in Tumu, 96.3 FM. Confidence Commodities, operating in Swaman, Dadieso, 90.7. F5 Eagles Company, operating in Ajuafua, 93.7. Neat FM Limited, operating in Tamale, 105.3 FM. Primary Stars Limited, operating in Banda, 102.5 FM. Subampa Community Radio in Tikesie, 96.7 FM. Wasaman FM in Atieku on 101.9 FM. Mr. Speaker, number 9, Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited. Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited, operating in Takrady on 101.3 FM. Number 10, Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited, operating in Accra on 95.9 FM. Jimbali Community Association in Jimbali, 95.9. Kingdom Dynamic Kukrantumi, 93.3. Pro Royal Investment in Tepa, 94.7. And Resurrection Television in Takrady, 99.3. Table 3, Siadarak Enterprise in Edukrom, 95.5. Bangu Company, Tamale, 97.3. Jam Multimedia in Kintampo, 101.3. Chameleon Communication in Wa, 91.1. Chaka Multimedia in Jasikan, 88.7. Clickshot Multimedia in Shama, 89.9. Free Minds in Tema, 104.5. Gemsak Media Network in Nswatri, 103.3. Mediacast Limited in Kumasi, 102.5. Mobile Zone in Bolgatanga, 94.3. Ultimate Multimedia in Tamale on 107.1. West FM in Ho on 97.5. Western Salam Company Limited in Takrady, 89.7.
And the final list, no, and Asaase Radio so a woman be no. The Sam George Trese and yes, a wapaye, Naswemra, and a omode a juma.
Mr. Speaker, the final table, 7 stations. Asaase Broadcasting Company Limited in Accra on 99.5 FM. Dynamic Chapters Limited in Wenchi on 95.7. Global Media Alliance in Accra on 98.9. God Steve Media Association in Atimpoku on 87.7. Rejoice FM in Mim on 101.7. Sankofa in Takrady on 98.7. And Sweet FM in Chifopraso on 106.5. Mr. Speaker, Our goal is not punishment, but accountability, order, and the responsible stewardship of a public critical resource. This is not routine housekeeping. This is a declaration against impunity, abuse, and inertia. The airwaves do not belong to the powerful and connected. They belong to the public, and we are duty-bound to govern them transparently and effectively. Our fight is not against free speech. It is against lawlessness, asset misappropriation, and regulatory defiance. I remain committed to reclaiming what rightfully belongs to the Ghanaian people and laying the foundations for a fair, modern, and technologically equipped broadcasting sector. Once again, Mr. Speaker, due to the clemency His Excellency the President has asked for, there is 30 days from today for all defaulting media houses to rectify their default and breaches. And Mr. Speaker, the ministry has shown that we are willing to reinstate. Earlier this year, we shut down 6 media houses who have all rectified their breaches and they have been reinstated. We urge the defaulting media houses to take advantage of the President's clemency for 30 days. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Afenyo Markins, say, sa shutdown. Ase aban etwa mu oyebi enti ese yenso yebi no ese ejai. Na Wontumi ni Asaase radio kura na eye den pa na mutimi ye omo sa.
Let's not justify in any way this attitude of shutdown. If yesterday we were loud on the rooftops that it is not good to suspend or shut down, then today let us maintain the same principle and say that we would rather have an administrative engagement. Why should Asaase radio be denied the opportunity to broadcast? Why? Why will Wontumi be denied opportunity? Why is Wontumi suffering? Why is Wontumi suffering? Why is Wontumi suffering? What has Wontumi done? What at all has Wontumi done? Mr. Speaker, if we say we want to perfect our democracy, then we must be seen to be walking that talk towards perfecting our democracy. This business of it happened yesterday, so we must continue this vicious cycle. Mr. Speaker, it won't help any of us. Today, I will repeat what I've been saying since 7 January 2025, that this power of 187 is not permanent. We have seen 169 before, and we saw 137. So let us all be guided and know that the power immediately you are given is like an ice block. It begins to melt. We should be guided so that when the power comes to us, we will remember to put in certain blocks that one day we will use it for equity in times of need.
Honorable Sam George, reply na ochire say, sa dwumadie no letters a omde come radio stations from 2022 ba na mobu woni aguso a ama omu atu ho anamo ne abra wo sha ase se oba aban mu na eba Asaase radio a Gabi Ochidako Asaase radio ne dia ochire say yes, it is true. Asaase radio, which celebrate the 5th anniversary Saturday, has been shut down. General manager informs me it's because the station delayed in renewing its license last year. It was to be renewed by October, but only done in December 2024. Now, Emremu no, we renewed 3 months before say renewal no beso. This renewal no beso October 3 months before say we renew. And you can say etra. Nano, ena ema eduma edi womo. Sam George reply ora Afenyo Markins.
I just want to say thank you to the House for the comments. We are guided by the clemency His Excellency has asked us to embark on. But, Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful to the Majority Leader as well for reading the letter. Mr. Speaker, the NC and the Ministry were only enforcing letters and directives that were given in 2022 and 2023. We have written several letters. And so the President, as a good, caring father, and I can appreciate the difficulty in appreciating a good and caring father. If you don't have a good and caring father, you can't appreciate a good and caring father. But because Father's Day is coming on Sunday, President Mahama, as a good father, has directed a 30 days clemency. I would urge all media houses that are affected to take advantage of this Father's Day gift from His Excellency the President and remedy their breaches. Mr. Speaker, they should do the needful. But just so that this house is a house of records, Mr. Speaker, the minority leader asks questions, why do you take Asaase off? I think he should go and read the Facebook page of Mr. Gabi Otredako, who admits that the general manager of Asaase FM has told him that they failed to do their renewal, which was due in October, and they only did it in December. Mr. Speaker, the law is the law. The law is the law. I thank you.
President John Dramani Mahama the letter by say NCA for Emma Omo ha ka adwamu no time no omuntimi fa ntoto no ma ntia no Emma NCA Emma Omo ha ka adwamu no 30 days say Omo emfa ntoto no ma after 30 days no Omo ntimi a na chese mra ne Omo ebedi enti Sam George.
Mr. Speaker, a few minutes ago, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President, directed that the Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation work with the regulator, the NCA, to allow all the affected radio stations some additional time to correct the identified breaches within a defined time frame. Those who fail to do so shall have their authorizations formally revoked under the law. In line with this directive from His Excellency the President, the Ministry and the NCA have granted a further 30-day grace period to all defaulting entities. Mr. Speaker, this is not the same as the arbitrary revocations and hefty fines imposed under the previous administration. As a current government, the Ministry has also been instructed to waive all the applicable fines that should have been applied to the defaulting entities.
Same way, and Nkrumah Tikesie of Despite Media, OKFM, HSA, President John Dramani Mahama, why ya dear papa. Na MPP time, Juma Mudi, Esla also had any share communication answer, and Juma Odi, and no Kahon and Momunya 38%.
He says that's it on Dramani Mahama. Mr. President, say who you will tell me could you suffer? Reverend John Dramani Mahama.
Shani de, Shana Kono. When you're vindictive.
Munyina ho
You
MPP bedi aban na do dam kwakufu ado enam ne nsaso
Esu
ede honorable Eslawusu
Yaje man
wasi yaje man country owner no
Yaje man
e na ode ne be ye communication minister oye ya ntoan ka nkosoro
anso
Andanya wo twam
tum
bam pre hwere bam
Munti FM ka ho
wodi atobo me ba ebinom reasons ode ye ne say radio station ni bi wo ha onka bi ma MPP na mo party no
na radio station wo gina benkum na wo gina
mo first meeting amoye no na obo tim bi on hwe Sanyama we nyina wo mo na wo ye listeners efa radio stations amututu mu no wo mo tutiam enne mo 38 no
ene 38 ni subre no 38 FM
afemi sanfa we ntumbiem
wa fafa bra
adwuma ye fo na wo ye adwuma wo sa radio station ni nyina yire no wo mo ba etutiam
ya reset ye man reset Ghana agenda
ma men komanim bi
wa fa ko wanim ko ma me
na Ghana for on obey ade ne obey odi
ni ye plan we tiri
ye maame Eslawusu
yaje ye man
efie ha me betene nkakura ye kokroko Peace FM ena ode chase media no nkrofo tene nka ekoye MP men kan bio all primaries yero sem kwame despite yero for addiction omo bua ni sikasemu
yaje ye man
yes am sa kuma ni biam
wa fa ko ma me pia ko
wote wono opo program father office no tie woni wo nyina ye namfo me so ko primaries du baby na ye den Afenyo oba o ma ye MP oni hwe enti na say wo so tumi bua no ado ye de so wo fa no kwa bua ni nyina be ye MP be ye minister o ye minister wie ye no o twitwa radio station mu no
and obetwa
da be to boy aseda wo de ma say kwa me despite ene eyi
Father Dixon
ene despite the answer o twa hello FM and we twa okay FM
wa mananso wa ye di abrawu
edru ba bi na se mpani for from ni me meeting say o say fam ba bi ko ka ye na o ma wodi twa mu no metena ha me nka bi ma MPP
na wa kwaje party card
aha na ana ayi
mo mama party na gina ho
mo mama minister na me ka ho bi ho
ana bosumsu no mutua ka mo do di to
enenso ko twam bra ne ko twam
ena de so
let me tell you na na do so tena ho hwe wo ye campaign Peace FM te hanta
Hi.
Later, na do hun say, ha, na umi ni ose kwam despite. Kan ko bie, ko na ko bie.
Wo ya do ye sei.
Ko na ko bie.
Ansa wo ko bie.
Ansa no ko bie.
Wanu ade wo hunu.
Aside enkrofo a ka ye no wa mie. Enra His Excellency.
Daddy, yeto so ai, unza me se onya vindictive. Wankase yanumfo ne yanti mesuma be ye bie tu omoka se na say wafa mentwa no MPP fo ebe post to social media so e na ya tutu ye sa Asaase ene Wontumi radio nyina ya tum afi mampani post ne ba ye no na afo mu hu so mu delete o se wo mu ye ndem afi ne omoka ne settings aban na mo so anam anya ne settings mo ti wona ade na mo anya ne settings
MPP fo enipa bi su ban akuma hwe ye wa
ebi etan dodo
wo de me kwaba wa boss bia o ma mu lusu ye me pese professor Michael Kwe report no ewo mu na
eneme ne kura fa wo mu fa mra bonte
wo de to bo e mu fa ma bonte a me kire mu indi and me kire mu individuals ma 10
people mu
people mu ma mu lusu 500,000 votes nipa du pe
ene o mo ne mo ntina sinsu ade wo china so ye ma otumi a
china so tumolu
be ya kaka bensem ne ahantan
ye de wase pa ye de wase se wonti se bi no
dabi
madam ne kwaba
wa ye mana ye fedodo sa age wo monsam age monsam
Ohini babu ama ekire se Sam George anya de se wanka nche presidency ana se President John Dramani Mahama na o ma anya ntutu ya ansa na ono dika shutdown na ama president enso so di muaya ba che se ama ase de o ma anya ntutu ye bia sa de no onya na media no so onya se o mutata media no
na say okọ kape obi o ba bi obeka che se e bia wota Sam George ba mentano but metana djuma because ade we na wo ye no kwasem ne say national security implications.
Was it even necessary?
Yeah, meba. Number one, and say, as a minister, we be doing media houses, radio stations. Number one, and say, I was so we discuss it with the national security coordinator. Now we move brief the president say media house way. Wama ye way ya bomo omuntia omuso omuntia yan enti this is the action ya pesi ye take na omampani hu se Sam George eye nipa bi o respect ne ho a na adwuma no a wo ye no obu ne ho a anka immediately and no also did Jumato. I am telling you, I also resign.
What take a decision?
Because minister I take a decision. Na Omampeni Ababontain Ababa reverse decision no. And no say when refu president and said I'll take a decision. And you must resign immediately. I am telling you. And yes, I'm now baname. But adia na woyɛ no kwasem ene say adia ba ko a e wo say politicians esua bibi e wo ho ne say look this mainstream media no asesen now social media has taken over ya sesia no e kamia ye say ye kusku kusua de but na me no ti hey si ati ye ntro essay emfamra omo akọ school no betro omo de nyame adum e anso beboa ne yeso atwere de ebre bia so ye na wo se obi tre studio ha DJ 24/7 ene nyame adaroma me de to ayi sesi anu a enwuma machine nankasa be mix no nya bi ni emre bia so ye na nke osi enya reporters ebegu all rounds no mo the stories aba and now some no talk from kwe within a minute on sabeka the system is changing and to munya sade ani sa hunu no sabin prediasa Asaase Wontumi adan anya media houses bia say Asaase and Wontumi ko
na say would wani asi wo mo so
ya ba ye no SYZ FCB
yatumu
yankwa kasa se yetu omo de mu a ebe ye da na ebe ya but no kwase me wo mo ne say munya media ne hawo ne ye ho. Politicians should stop. Some tata yen no. Na muma media for the bread do.
Na sa me MPP ayebi. Obiaka. Ese the MPP mu ye enye. Say we are say ye nuan radio gold kwade na wo mo stream wo Facebook.
Yes.
Na eba sa enipa bebre ahwe wo mo adwuma na ade. Enti enye ne papa mu. Enti say MPP ayebi ma me ese owusu mu a. Enche say ndisi nso ba ese ayebi. What Abra said His Excellency Domama Ekano. What to me?
Suban way. And Honorable Sam George, I am telling you, sir, honorable, sir, we honorable member to say the Okano. Yeah, we didn't West, so Numa Biano, we had the Openwa. I am telling you, BBC, Abayano, BBC and America War, either Fox and. I want some more Fox News and BBC.
And BBC London.
I'm saying one of the countries they have opposite way but still they are still operating. We na juma. And the moon say yeah say adie ba to NDC here pa opposition media houses. I am telling you say ate and some catch na Danko Kufuado. So tie ya and Cananado, a Cabian Pipi da so, Etiacunya so. Because and some of your Kayan, omu call rounds after so many omu call rounds, so muko back in the Jumamano. Nakokodi Wempi. And no Babuau, I'm what save we integrity. And yes, I gave when you Nkrumah.
Captain Smart, and so add the reaction about.
Yet Nkrumah 2019, and I'm wa. Anna, ya mame a slow usu. Madam, baby, I will be a good morning. Jiri sa wo ye ya ma me eslo usu radio stations makum 57 o ma ya dan yesi atum asiye beka asiye nka asiye di agro wo ko ka si emra ne ma o kwan emra ne wo ho emra ne say meanwhile that there were other politicians in this country sike ni kwanse wo fa sike ni kwanse wo wia na wo wia wo kroim ewia wo maim but nobody said anything. Radio stations, TV stations eslo wusu tum ewa otutum ebinum kura wa ha papa ya odi wakoye independent MP wa Asante Achimi mira fidin ono ni radio station wo mutum asama mo ka kire ne say ono no asa person this station is Ashanti region but on person de be MPP adwuma eti etum mebo ana Ministry of Communication for na ka say MPP for be radio stations that time ina no mo stations wo mo so ntua tax ni bi. But this son what they will station no airbo party no brand no won there ye ja won na won for won stations no enye de omo pe mo bia ntua hwe ene ma ye yire nkrofo so won ntua no nkofa mra ne de won be ye mfa ma won bi 2021 Anamite Angel ye hunahuna akwaku oten said the stations ni number 2 that time no about 17 radio stations across the country including Angel FM Kumase and in other places. Yes, Captain Smart at the station so. And Nema Abani Yana Angel no Captain Eka Tikwaku one Pamana Yebegu station. And as I gra stations na will be hey Bugura say a law kono. Another part of the country. One to 2 stations because and you'll be out say me kasa. It's a 2 station nim. Onia FM. Na yenya ya tifia hakura no. Wo free me office ho. Na wo do compound ha. Wo nya Onia FM signal. wo free anti office wo furu kwanti ama ho a no signal 2023 2024 course ayenya nyina bisa Mr. Chunetwe Nyash Anetwe Mauli Anetwe Prof Neto wa your problem na say oni FF signal ne there wa bobua next wo sum na chim na o ma chim eti what was na NCF na bia fafo no afro captain anope wo mo se yenchimu na senti ene de mu chim afa he wo say ye de fa kofodua kwan no so no ho signal ye se yenum no ntimo say ye se dum ne de a let's say some of them chere central or baby ne other places na yet nkran hey na do na kasa to Jubilee House no hwe o ne FM a onya signal na do enti ada me so ne mu de ne wo mbie Facebook ma no have me Facebook na da na wo mbie radio no ntum na ka wontie wo ha wo ma nye wo to 2 stations ni nam 57 wo mu wie wo ko parliament no then na Nkrumah sorry agina say oh a legitimate wow fantastic legitimate on your TV signal na say yan na agina so mwa first no to wasa na course aba ahadum na ayi makafu no mu dimirika gege meetings e course of here na meeting na kwa Korea Kenneth Nyahe Captain Smart Captain anu odendodo Captain Casadodo, Captain by no unpopular. It's a signal, no yet so to say a tenor, no more doom 6 near my 4. What Hosana Kosaba, Captain, I had Dumo, Captain, I had Dumo, Captain, and then my Facebook numbers, Nkrumah, and Professor Afenyo here for Facebook. Dear Dumo, Sana Sabana, they bought a chino, but one and an energy or Sereno, not Dr. Ba or Sre, Dr. Basre. Say no nim say abano ye de ban so ene Asaase radio utiem gabi atedako ene uzu we a lawyer what to claim near to radio and TV stations him you kept quiet they have me time quiet akwa be na friend and not on preno sakwa no o si o eslo usu de ne de na oye no emra ne man kwan say onye the eslo usu to TV the radio station mu a Sam George de oni sa akwanya no koto de na bodwe samra na slo usu yusu ye no ya to atwene samra no say ya to atwene eni wa biom afa na Sam George akofa foforo de aba ha mo meyi ano na Mahama kura na wutiri mu wasem papa sa me pesa o bra ba ama hey ya tum nanka gabi oteda kotewa afa de ose na ni station no now esese o mutua o taxes no time bi na o mo enya na sa time no na adena sese ka ye renew no October na o mo ko renew no December until 3 months na ka mu ne gabi 3 months na ka mu ne ba Mahama 3 mu wasempa adwen papa o Mahama 3 mo ntesa akufado. So what I say, yeah, mom, some breathing space. Bina, woman to a boss na fe, a cabia or modeno, omuntia. Me said that time, 2024, 2023, if ya, NCF for Bahano, na ECG ba, ya dika kurani ya bedumi ya kania. If ya, bidia general, ya dika kurani ya bedumi ya kania. Oh, Hana and see Abba, they are big glass beer for your master. I say, oh, my pedro, you Adam say Abba, opening. Say, Paul, yes, here, they are more help, no. Captain, I Captain, I didn't, yes, see him, rather him. Oh, ready. I don't know one from Kosovo, or the better than the Befro. You see him, rather him, I'm saying the 2 Kohonafako. 2 na fato kon na other stations na woman na ese oh yeah MPP adwuma no na ye bia tum oyi aburade nyakopon me yama kam ye boss ha signal no ke be free 10 aba 1.5 ka stations bi wo krom ha ade om ye radio gold awo ho sa free tete enye radio gold na se fa kan fi eco peace MPP 40 million yamianim atu radio gold mu kukro twetro ada yesi atum dey tina watu ena krata we yan famai ena krata we omon famai all because enye hwe ni na ne se no musuro se 2020 elections na omon ko no But let me tell you, MPP Assembly and then I control the new patriotic party, Miami Party. If in 1992 based in the elections, 2 penny ya winning. Ya can't know. Why was so ya be man up better how much the match 1992 based in 2024 elections are ya to come in MPP are winning 2. So the me NDC but winning NDC for home. What we am from so anu mu jai power MPP. But NDC for some be money am ye party said the Mahama Asaase when jai wa quantify not to us to say ya we dey obehu dey be see your member. Elections are ya kwa ye declare na forget it. Danka twa wom. Danka twa kwa. Danka twa kwa. And the way elections dim. It's 2020. Every 2019 be say 2020. No musro say hey, I hear so trouble baba. Then they started closing down media houses. May I have said it and let me repeat. May again a man penia TV radio stations and then they find a license and says OJasa what broadcast as mama or mine ye when that issue came up in 2019 I told them say look and we hear some TV station Africa developing country to say Ghana TV station betray TV radio station betray no leave that until the license we are man a flat rate that every year no on renew and no and when I meet Sir George Sam George it's the same thing I'm going to tell him. Yeah, renew license the pet will be our boss Sam George to be at the first one because Ghana Marana say what the car yetum who is a day until na on your TV ni on your FM bisa Mr. Shandoff no jahwe every I hear the swa every 2 days captain you see as for the issues that you are saying, nobody is stopping you from saying it all. We want you to say it. But Captain, you see, you have to tone down small. Tone down now, Mr. Shandoff for Canon Yeshu. Your team FM no. The woman team TV no, your team. To be with some McAfee Dimirka. No, I better call Mr. Shandoff office. Then Nicholas to us so, then effort to us so, then one way to us so. Meetings Nina. Because at the Jana no shit. It's a very uncomfortable. And so chinchim, oh my coaching. They are signal no, they be na yes sir. And then we are buying our tewa. Time na mete adum. And then you find NDC. Meme to then you find could do baby cry the boy cry me car park cry the boy be boom. Then you find you. That time na Mahama cry na president too. And so when chim adum. Hey, President Kufo, AD president no. Next station si kakra na ye wo mu Ghana ha no. A few kakra na ye wo no. Na car na wo de 1-2 station BM. That time na TV e produce Kwesi Pratt show the cry say hot issues. Next stations across the country. When them car na for there. President Kufo antum 1-2-1 mbo. Professor John Evans Fifi Atamil Smedi president Nkrumah. Ono so hwade de di osi jawo wantum Mahama ebedi President Mills ade odimfie nan plus busumi nsia wantum 1-2 station bi amu akwakura tipa nko abaya osi stations na wokroma ni na no yentutum na what's your mind to say Ghana na wo stations ebetimi aye campaign ama nko a ene yenjai wo no wontena ho others ni na no na wotutum na lawyer for kroma they all kept quiet. Abaya de botachi no. Ya de boba o. Sa ba no ya de botachi wi a na de akotie. Ya ntontwene da. Ebedu so ya de bi bebo. Mo wo sa de ete. Other stations presenters from other stations na almost 3 Radio Gold. Almost 3 TV XYZ. Almost 3 other stations are. Almost 2 mu nyina. Na Nkrofo sorry a na yesre won. Na ye yi Nkrofo madi na won akotena fie ye yi Nkrofo adi na won tifie we ya presenter na boso so kura won saka wakatua na ko wie sen na wo media house wo ye cameraman te say nyash menim nyash akatua but na to endu 10,000 ha na nipa na mu no boso so a podwa na kura e ba no ono ane ho che no na fa ye say ya 2 station nti ye yi na di eduma no bi ni ho and then other people sat on other networks and started mocking these presenters and other workers. I met people from Radio Gold, and sometimes when you are talking to them, the pain.
Abusua adwumapa on demand service for na say adwumapa on demand for say o pese wo di dwuma bia nkankanga fo am obrochire a obehia nipa didi so ya tilers anansa building constructors fashion designers chese auto mechanic bia o pese wo di say dwuma bia ma no obekọ ye app no so na wa download adwumapa on demand service ayesa so obekọ www.adwumapa-on-demand-service eno so obekọ ko hu adwumadi edi nyina ni trimopo nyina no se ye boawo ema wo kwakofo obi ana wodi dwuma bi a nipa a wo kwakofa no esansa wonim na kira kwan bia nti no to bi kura nipa na gisika wie wo pen he na hu no adwumapa on demand fo aba ama sa ha nyina afiri ho esansa obi bia ya de be ma wo so woni dwuma bia ma no ya ye background checks ehun se sa nipa yi onim ne wo ye enye kwanche trefa ni bia wonim de wo ye ene ye fa no edna ma wo na ni December ko omu no se onipa bia de be ma wo a odi be di dwuma bia no sabe background no sem anase si ebu afa so pa dia enya de besi na wan so say nim say sabe ko soja mumpo a ye wo military police ono so soja ni ochi soja ni eno me kire mu say eye adwumapa on demand for no ye san so supervisors a abre nyina no omko rounds check say adwuma na nipa no de bedan ye no sa pepepe ene ye no na say adwumapa on demand de omama adwuma no aye simple se bibi ni ena onte ase ampacho no wafa numbers no aye gusuo no no wafre